couple, maybe one, maybe three, depending on who watches. Superflex puppies. June 6th. We got some news that dropped today. Last couple days, actually. Aaron Rodgers is officially a Steeler. Kind of known that, but Anthony Richardson is hurt. A lot of stuff shaking up the landscape here. Those of you new to the Superflex, pretty much standard best ball, 20 rounds. A lot of stuff shaking up the 20 rounds. Definitely easier to take a third tight end. You want 3 quarterbacks. Only 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex, plus a super flex. Push up them running back. Value the wide receivers a little bit. And don't get left behind in the quarterback position. I have the 4th pick. That's pretty nice. Getting Hurts, maybe Jaden Daniels. Board here. There, that's better. That was really quick. 3 straight. I will take Hurts. Gonna queue up who I would take at quarterback. All of these dudes. That's the tier for me. Go to the board. Jamar Chase at 6. Joe Burrow at 7. Burrow at 6. Saquon at 7. Sorry, I'm distracted. My dog is eating a buried pig ear that he's had in the ground for months. What you got, dude? He's loving it. He's loving it. McDonald's, he's loving it. Let's see what we got here. Nothing too crazy. 10 through 12 is tough because I see a lot of people. I've done it. You don't go quarterback, and then you are at the mercy of the rest of the draft. People start reaching. You're stuck with Bryce Young as your QB1, which isn't ideal. Let's be honest. Love you, Bryce Young. Do we? Those of you that haven't got into the puppy, get in it now. Especially there's some values to be had with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, his ADP is going up, but like when the news breaks, you have a day kind of get ahead of these things, which is huge. Ben says, I thought you stopped the peanut butter with the dogs. Well, I mean, I found another method. I'm not going to say it. If you donate to my non-existent charity here, yeah, I'll tell you. Dogs love that shit.
Ew.
Yeah, they do. I'm into dog stuff, you know. Just my dog, though. I won't assault your dogs. Depends what breed they are, really. He's just loving life, isn't he? He's just loving life. I wish a treat made me feel so good. See what I got here. Caleb. We're going to take Caleb. Extreme upside. Not because I'm a Bears fan, because that would make me not want to take a Bears quarterback. So we went quarterback. We can wait a long time now, especially with the Richardson news. I'm still not opposed to taking Richardson, but Danny Dimes seems like the opening day starter, which is gross. Although it's great for the weapons because Richardson may be better for fantasy, but he just destroys the weapons there. Guy can't complete 50% of his passes. Oh, Cap is on here. What up, Caps? Some folks. Brian Thomas seems to be the play. Or Drake London. I actually like Drake London, but I'm going to go with the ADP value here. And we're going to go ahead and take Brian Thomas. I don't like reaching for the running backs. The running backs will be there in the third, fourth, and fifth round, and the wide receivers really fall. DK Metcalf pushing on board right now with Aaron Rodgers signing, which is kind of confusing to me because I've been drafting DK the whole time, assuming it was going to be Aaron Rodgers. Now, I don't even know how much that matters. Mason Rudolph's not great, but yeah, Rodgers is probably better. But for a guy like DK, does it really matter? This guy has Brock Purdy as his quarterback 1. This guy's got Burrow and Nix. And he takes Brock Bowers. What a bad pick. Does this guy not realize tight ends don't matter? He doesn't have a running back. He doesn't have a fucking wide receiver. I want to see what he can do because that's gross. Baker and Goff. This guy's got Kyler. So a couple teams here do not have a quarterback. J.J. McCarthy at 32. Well, wow. Because look who's still on the board here. Herbert, Love, Lawrence, Stroud, Penix. McCarthy goes after Penix. He's usually... Okay, these quarterbacks are flying off the board right now. That's when you take 2 and you hope that happens because that's what you want. You want that to happen. So we're very happy with that. Very happy. There goes Love. So these guys are taking their quarterbacks. They're going to probably double up here. Unless they want to get stuck with Rodgers or some bum. See, there's Trevor Lawrence. That's fine with me. I got my 2. I might just only take 2. I can respond in the chat now. I love dogs. Here we go. There's the double up with all of these teams. So I think everyone has 2 besides the Brock Purdy team. And the Lamar and Josh Allen team. Everyone has 2. Up in 2 picks. Board's pretty open to me right now. Bryce Young's available. Josh Jacobs is available. I would really love to get that. Nope, he did not. He took Josh Jacobs. What a penile. He has 1 quarterback. What are you doing? Taking Bryce Young. Forcing these last guys here at the turn to take quarterbacks, maybe double up, and I will just get the same player I was going to get anyway. Bryce Young in here. We'll put T. Higgins and Marvin Harrison in here. There goes Stafford. This guy's got to take a quarterback right here. I feel like one of them might take a third as well. Take it there. I'm not taking it at all. This stage, Rodgers, Danny Dimes, they're going to start going too early for me, as in like the 7th round, and there's still a lot of questions there. I don't like that. We're going to take Breece Hall. Not really a fan of Breece Hall. If they start doing the tush push in New York, that's going to be a big issue. He's still the starting running back there. They're going to run the ball. I needed somebody. I like the wide receiver value in the 6th, 7th round. And then I can make up running back later. Richardson is falling. He was ADP 65 about 3 days ago. And the shoulder injury news has dropped him 5 picks. Meanwhile, Daniel Jones was about 120. He's rose to 12 picks. So there goes the quarterbacks. There they all go. Aaron Rodgers went 58th overall. So I get it. Starting quarterback there, but he's fragile. That's a run for his team. Give me Bryce Young. 12 picks later? Never thought I'd say that, but They're going to be throwing the ball there. All right, so we're going to look at what we have here. I hate James Cook. I would take him. I would take him. It's kind of where it stops for me. Possibly Kenneth Walker. This is where it's juicy, though. These wide receivers. George Kittle. This guy's got Worthy, Rice, and Mahomes. Triple down and take Kelsey, buddy. This guy's got T. Higgins and Burrow. These people love the stacks. Aaron Rodgers went 58th overall. Devontae Adams, RJ Harvey. Oh, man. I'm going to take tried and true. Tried and true. Richardson is going to fall. I could see him going up to 80, 85 now. Might just smash wide receiver and then just not draft it to the last rounds. Don't mind that. Goes Walker. There goes Harvey. Probably should have taken a running back. Thomas, Adams, Hurts, Caleb, and Bryce Young. Well, okay. I'm not taking a running back now. They're all going to take him. Thoughts on the hat? Does everyone like the hat? Sexy? It does prove that I'm Amish doing this on a phone. Love to get DJ Moore here. People have been hating on him. He's a bum now. Bad body language. DJ Moore's a baller. He's the number one there. Don't let anyone fool you. Could be in for a big, big year. Jameson Williams like that. This guy's got Purdy and Geno Smith, though. That is not very Purdy. Thanks for finally admitting you're Amish. Yes. Well, I'm not even that old, but I don't work at Apple. Sorry, bro. I don't think I'd pass that job interview. I'd go in there wearing this hat. That would not work. That would not work very well. Travion Henderson, I'm up in 10 picks. Need a running back. I don't see one I like besides Caleb, possibly Montgomery. I hate Hunter, but I'm going to put him up there. I still like these four guys. There goes DK at 82. And the Rodgers stack. Wow, he had a plan in place. That's for sure. Kind of like this guy's team. He's got Bijan, Henry, and Joe Mixon, and DK's his one wide receiver, but that's beautiful. Shout out to my Legish. Looks like all those receivers are gone, so I'm glad I took my receiver. I would take either of those guys. They are not going to be there. Nope, not going to be there. Do I take Swift and just go all in on the Bears? Seems like a losing strategy. Too early for Laporta. Maybe coming back. Danny Dimes up to 89. Where did Richardson go? Richardson went 74. And there goes Pickens. Fuck my life. We're going to take David Montgomery. Always undervalued, always disrespected. Yeah, we're going to do that. Take a look at the team here. Don't love the running backs. I really don't. But I love the quarterbacks. I love having DJ as my third. Anyone I would consider at running back here? Nope, too early for Hawkinson. Not going to do that. Rome would be interesting. Just keep stacking the Bears players. Brian Robinson. You know what? We're going to take Jordan Mason. We're going to take Jordan Mason. Love the upside this year with Mason. DJ Moore or St. Brown? I mean, is that real life? Because that's... I mean, neither of them are a question, but I feel like fantasy is not a question at all. It's DJ Moore. In terms of real life, I think DJ Moore is a better player. It's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to compare because St. Brown's been in a great situation his whole career. I mean, definitely outside the first year, just coordinator, situation, quarterback, structure. I'm guessing you're on the DJ Moore train there, Ben, because that's strange. But I'm a big DJ Moore fan, always have been. There's been a couple situations that have kind of rubbed me the wrong way. One being the last year with the Panthers when he had that game-tying touchdown, like 60-yard bomb, and then celebrated and cost them the extra point because he got a 15-yarder, which is uncharacteristic. And then just last year as a whole, I think that was he was a Fields guy. Them giving up on Fields to bring in Caleb, not a Caleb fan, and just their connection was never there. It was never there. But he's still really young. DJ Moore is a 20-year-old rookie. I think DJ Moore is like 26, 27. Maybe he'll be 27. But for how many years he's played, fucking veteran, man. This guy's got to take Kelsey. One of the dudes that has Mahomes, he's got to take Kelsey, right? No, he did not. I am still drafting Travis Kelsey at his price point. It's a beautiful price. Well, let's see if I can get one of those two guys. I thought this dude was going to go the whole Chiefs stack. He did not. There goes Ricky Pearsall. Oh, St. Brown, but he's short yardage receiver. DJ is such a better skill set over deep threat and physical and short yardage too. But he was trying to say St. Brown's better in both. I mean, he's definitely better in fantasy. Like, we can't deny that. He has been. He will be. I mean, that's just fact at this point. But fantasy isn't reality. I think they're close. I mean, I think if you swap them the last couple of years and you put DJ Moore in that situation, we're going to take Brandon Ayuk here. We have 3 receivers that are pretty solid. Probably missing the first 4 weeks. I'm a big Ricky Pearsall fan. Juwan Jennings, I'm lukewarm on. Look at the team right now. Hurts, Caleb, Bryce Young at quarterback. Receiver, we have Brian Thomas, Avante Adams, DJ Moore, and Brandon Ayuk. Running back, we have Breece Hall, David Montgomery, and Jordan Mason. Not my favorite team. But we don't know what's going to happen. Values shall fall. Michael Pittman at 128. Mark Andrews. I was drafting him a little early on just based on, I'm sure he's going to catch 6 or 7 touchdowns, but that man had like 80 targets last year. It might have been less. It was like 69 targets actually, and he had fucking 11 touchdowns. No way. Lively is just a better player at this point. Definitely a better player. And I've been saying this every year. I expect big things out of Zay Flowers. And I saw they just re-signed Bateman, which I can't believe Bateman had, what, twice as many touchdowns as Zay Flowers last year. It was like Zay had 4 and Bateman had 7. Something crazy like that. All right, we're up in 5 picks. There goes Tajay Spears. The running backs are starting to go. I need some of those guys. I have my tight end, and I will just take 2 late guys. I want to take 3 in this format, which allows me to just wait and take guys that might catch touchdowns. So we're looking at any combination of these 3 guys is ideal. Guys that'll get some work, guys that have upside with an injury. Ray Davis, in Ray Davis's case, upside for a holdout possibly. And what do we know about guys that hold out? I think James Cook is likely to get hurt. It's not news to anyone, I don't think. There we go. We'll take Ray Davis and hope Trey Benson falls back. That could make the team in my mind. If we can get Trey Benson here. Derrick Henry has incentive from Adam Sandler. If he gets 2,000 rushing yards, he gets to be in a Sandler movie. Why wouldn't he just be in a Sandler movie anyway? You know, like he could play any part, any role. If Sandler wanted to make a Django Unchained type movie, like that's the ultimate slave. I just actually read that on the internet. That didn't come out of my head. Just to make myself seem less of a bigot. I'm not a bigot. That was just a bad joke. All right, Trey Benson might fall back. Yes, let's go. I like these running backs now. I'm very happy with this running back room. I got some guys that could step up later in the year. Got my old trusties early on. Jordan Mason as a 3. Gonna have some value without an injury. Now I got to catch up at tight end and wide receiver. Maybe take a 6 running back if I like somebody, which would be any of these guys. No way they fall back to me. Roshan Dowdle, Jalen Wright, I like those guys too. Just gonna mark a couple guys I like here. Goddard, Pitts, Loveland actually works for this team. Back to the board. Look at some of these teams. This guy's got a lot of receivers in a row. Gibbs, McCaffrey, like that. Love, Lawrence, JSN, Evans, Hunter, Ridley, Judy, Jaden Reed. Now he's taking the running backs. That's a nice little run. I don't understand the Travis Hunter love. I don't. I'm not saying he's going crazy high, but I just don't. I don't know what Travis Hunter's upside is if he's going to play some defense. Like history says, you can't. I mean, NFL is not college. I've gone over this a bunch. It's just not happening. Not to mention you have Brian Thomas there. I just don't know what their plan is for him, and I guess that's the X factor, right? He shows out and deeper. Why would they take him off the field? But if he's their best corner by a mile, the defense needs a lot of work. We'll get to your question here in a second, Ben. We got, since I have Bryce Young. He says, who are you taking over Travis Hunter, that same pick you got him? He went 84. So who am I taking over him? Calvin Ridley all day. Zay Flowers all day. George Pickens all day. Now it's a question. I'd probably rather have Juwan Jennings. Addison is now we're at it. Now we have a thing. I'd rather have him over Godwin. Addison's probably the same. Rome. Probably rather have Travis Hunter. Olave. It's so close. It's so close. But like I just named 3 guys easy. We're gonna take Rico Dowdle, I think. And the running back room there. Another guy's going to get some work. And, I mean, I don't know what he's going to be if he was a starter, but I like that offense. There's a 6 running backs. I like that room. I waited pretty long. I know those guys all have a role, and I know they're all the number 2. That's what I'm looking at. It's not question marks. Now we can focus on just 2 positions the end of the draft here. So Zach Ertz still going so high. I know he was so productive, but they drafted Ben Sinnott for a reason. Sinnott, something like that. Zach Ertz has to break in, right? It's funny they drafted Travis Kelce and I'm ripping on people taking that dude. Don't need that. Shador Sanders is a kind of a savvy pick. Same with Milrow. Guys that'll probably see the field later in the year. Shador for sure. I just don't know about the Seahawks. Like I don't see them being good. Sam Darnold's kind of a bum. The best year ever from a bum though. There goes those tight ends. Well, wait. I'll take Chick Conquo. Oh, tight end. Chick Conquo. Get him in the 18th, 19th, and 20th round. Super athletic, kind of Jonnu Smith type. Early Jonnu Smith. Yards after catch, athletic. Not bad hands. I don't know about his route running, but I mean, what do they have there besides Calvert? A couple rookies. Tyler Lockett. One thing we know historically is rookie quarterbacks are not good for rookie wide receivers. Or sorry, not good for receivers. They are really good for tight ends. They are looking for an outlet. There goes Dalton. I don't like that. Stop doing that. Kate Otten and Chick. If I can get both those guys, like I'm going to. I got to get one of those guys. Since I have the ghost of Travis Kelce. Although there's a chance. This guy's got two. This guy's got two. This guy's got three. So they should not take a third tight end yet. It should be good. If I can leave this with Kate Otten, Chick, and Kelce, I'd be very happy. For how long I waited. After that, you just wait. I'm going to take Kate Otten because I feel like Chick has the best chance to fall back. A lot of guys look at the board like this. The total board, not the position board. Chick is way lower, where like I feel like Schultz would be up by Giddens and Noel. 6 picks. Give me my guy. Don't take my guy. Don't take him. Please don't take him. You guys both have 2. Well, now I'm just fucking waiting, you prick. That's fine. I'll take Alec Pierce. That one really hurt. I knew I wasn't getting Kate Otten coming back, so give me Alec Pierce there. Actually, weird thing about Alec Pierce is with the other guys, Pittman and Downs, even the rookie tight end, like that's better with Danny Dimes because he's going to have just more efficient passing. Alec Pierce is actually better with Anthony Richardson because Richardson had the farthest A dot of any quarterback. He only throws it downfield, and Alec Pierce is only a go ball runner. But he's going to have some plays regardless. Got him 12 after ADP too. So ADP wise, most of these guys I've picked after their ADP. All of my wide receivers, Kelce, yeah, Otten was right there. Running backs, I feel like I reached on a little bit. Besides Montgomery. And the quarterbacks are pretty much right on. I don't hate this team, though. I know everyone never hates any team they draft, and there are teams I've hated I've drafted. Just a couple bad picks, a couple things don't break your way. So, we need an upside tight end. I don't want Swanteke just a guy. Sanders, I suppose, fits that bill. I think Elijah Arroyo, believe it or not. I don't know how much he's going to play, but I think that's the dude. But we can wait on that because I'm not going to force that. We've already got screwed there. I really want Yoshi. I can take 2 receivers and a tight end. There's no point in taking a running back because I do have 6 running backs. I don't need 7. We're going to take Yoshi. Hopefully take Tutu. Again, some of my most owned players. Yoshi is up there. Tutu is definitely up there. Explained it before. Tutu's the third receiver. Whittington's good, but he's more of like a handcuff for an injury. Tutu is going to be their deep threat, their speed guy. And I love that with those two receivers I have there. I think I have Devontae Adams, don't I? I do. Wow, I don't have much Devontae Adams. But I'm still going to take him. And then I need the third tight end in the last round. That son of a bitch took Tutu. Okay, well, we'll take Arroyo right here. We'll take him right here. And the last pick will be a wide receiver. Owen Wilson. I know they're probably going to bring in fucking Alan Lazard now because he just follows Aaron Rodgers wherever he goes. I wonder if Alan Lazard's going to those tripping retreats, ayahuasca, because he just follows him. And why wouldn't he be doing that? And actually, if Aaron Rodgers asked me, I would go. So I'm just waiting for my invite, Aaron. Put in Jermaine Burton. I like to almost get both of the third and fourth receiver, as in Yoshivash and Burton, my last two picks, because one of them is going to hit. I mean, Burton seems more like a fill-in with an injury. Yoshi seems like the guy that's going to play in 3 wide receiver sets. You saw it forever with Tyler Boyd. Like, that guy has 6-7 touchdown upside. And T. Higgins just never. I mean, he missed 4 or 5 games. What he does is he usually likes to play one series and get hurt. And then, that counts as a game played. But, like, he just does not stay healthy. And he just got paid. So, where is T. Higgins' motivation to play through an injury? Because we didn't see it when he was in a contract year. That guy is just soft tissue mush. It's paper towel shit. So I love taking the swings on Yoshi, and then Jermaine Burton in the last round is the ultimate best ball guy. I will say last year, my ultimate best ball guy last round was Will Fuller. But the difference was he wasn't on a team when I was drafting him. I just figured someone would sign Will Fuller. I have no idea where Will Fuller, what he's doing. Maybe if you go downtown Houston or wherever he's from, he's probably a homeless dude. But I don't know anyone here. Does anyone know what the hell happened to Will Fuller? I know his hands were bad, but he was amazing for a couple years. I just don't know what happened. Richardson might be available for 5 games this season. That is true. I mean, he's available 5 games every year, but I don't care. Don't let that deter you. Those could be good 5 games. We're taking Burton with his last pick. We'll check out the squad here. I'm going to do one more. I really don't want to. I have low energy, but I'm going to fucking do it. Because I kind of like this team. I kind of like it. Make your pick. Who's this? Mason Rudolph. He did not get the news. This guy's got 5 quarterbacks. Why take 5 quarterbacks? Why take Mason Rudolph? That's fine. Cam Ward. Ended at Cam Ward, dude. People making dumb mistakes. I hate these projections. Let's just go through the team one more time. Hurts, Caleb, Bryce Young. Like the quarterbacks. Breece Young, David Montgomery. Breece Hall, David Montgomery, Jordan Mason, Ray Davis, Trey Benson, Rico Dowdle. Could do worse. Brian Thomas, Devontae Adams, DJ Moore, Brandon Ayuk, Xavier Legette, Alec Pierce, Yoshi Vosh, and Burton. And then we have kind of a bummy group of tight ends. Kelsey, Otten, and Arroyo. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. All right, we're going to hop in one more here. These are my slow drafts. We're going to hop in one more. I'm doing a lot of these super flexes. How many have I done? Let's see. Max is 150, so I have done 28. Not going to do the max 150. I'm going to try to do at least 50 of these guys. I love the advantage you have some dummies making some dumb picks. We like that. We like taking advantage of dummies. But you got to realize there's so many of these leagues going. in these big tournaments that like you're at the mercy of some other dummies giving some really good people value. I mean, if you're just tuning in now, you saw the last draft. Aaron Rodgers. Look at his ADP right here. Aaron Rodgers went 58th overall. He is at 98, and that was about 140 before he was signed. Down here by like right between Sanders and Jones. So I think that was a little high. I think I saw him go 80 earlier today when I did a draft, but that was crazy. So I mean, I guess the question is, where do you value him? Like Cam Ward or Aaron Rodgers? I know what Aaron Rodgers is. I know he's not going to run. I know he's in the Steelers. I know they're not going to throw, but he's got DK Metcalf. So Danny Dimes, I saw him go what 80-ish. His ADP is sitting at 108. So I feel like he's at 108. Richardson's at 70. They're going within 10 picks of each other now. So it takes a day or two for these ADPs to catch up with them to update them. And I'm actually going to see. I mean, I've been drafting a lot of Richardson just based on the fact that I think he's going to start half the year. Now it's more apparent that he's probably not starting at the beginning of the year. But is that necessarily a bad thing? Because we're drafting these tournaments for the playoffs, right? And you're not taking Richardson as your quarterback two. You're taking him as your third. And if they bench Danny Dimes and they go to Richardson, they can't bench Richardson again because that's the end of his tenure. I feel like if they started Richardson in the year, they could bench him and maybe go back to him. But once they don't start him for the year, regardless if that's injury or not, and they bench him, his time's done. Richardson's like 23 years old. I mean, I still don't know why they would ever go with Danny Dimes because Danny Dimes, you're going to win a Super Bowl with that guy? I know the Giants won a playoff game with him. Congratulations. The playoff game is not going to the Super Bowl. We are at 12. All right. Get spicy here. Very interesting. I might go player, and wait on quarterback, running back, and wide receiver or something. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm going to grab a beer. Give me a second. We'll go to the board. I'll actually walk and talk. I can do that. Don't fall. That'd be great. Walk and talk, grabbing beers. Anyone else besides Ben have a question for me? It could be anything. Actually, Ben, you can keep on asking me questions too. I'm in. You can ask me anything. How big's my dick? I'll tell you, it's 6 inches. Soft, it's like 2. It's very small. Gets the job done, though, I heard. At least I've been told. Drinking Busch Light. But the key is you put a lemon in a Busch Light. Oh, man. Josh Allen with the first pick. It's funny as my wife has done 20 of these, and she got the first pick like 9 times. So we just started taking Lamar with the first pick because we didn't want all those Josh Allen shares. Nothing against Josh Allen, but I think the difference is that Josh Allen's never missed a game, to where like Lamar probably has more upside, but Lamar does tend to miss 3 or 4 games in a year where like we just haven't seen it from Josh Allen. Just never happens. Jamar Chase at 5. So I like getting Joe Burrow at 6. Fortunately, I have the 12th pick. So I'm going to queue up Mahomes. Man, I might just risk not taking a quarterback and see what I can do here. Let's do that, actually. CeeDee Lamb. McCaffrey on there. There goes Saquon. There goes Mahomes. That's where the tier breaks for me. I know Baker. Everyone's a big Baker fan. I just don't know. Gibbs and McCaffrey. We're gonna risk it here and not go quarterback and see what happens. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it pays off. We're gonna do that. There goes Gibbs. So we're going to go Lamb and McCaffrey. See what quarterbacks fall back. I'm hoping for a combination of CJ Stroud, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence. There's 13. I got 13, and I'll even put JJ McCarthy in there. Not a big fan of him. I think we're safe at getting 2 of those guys. And that's not the worst because you have 2, I think, mid-range quarterback 2s with some upside. More so in the CJ Stroud, not so much the upside. He's more the safe guy. Trevor Lawrence, we don't know. I know Trevor Lawrence hasn't run much in the past, but that dude's athletic. He's got the weapons, depending on Travis Hunter's positional availability. It's got to be better for him. And like, my thing with Trevor Lawrence is we've seen it with Baker Mayfield. Like, Baker Mayfield just went 17th. What a value. Baker Mayfield was the biggest bum, right? He was given away for free in Cleveland. He's a bum. He's done. He looked terrible with the Panthers. He had a couple decent starts with the Rams, but I'm telling you, they're both number 1 picks. Trevor Lawrence is a more talented quarterback than Baker Mayfield. Coming out, definitely more talented. And that should be kind of the thing. We're all giving up on Trevor Lawrence. He had pretty bad situations. I mean, he had the Urban Meyer debacle. Then he had a nice second year, had that awesome playoff comeback win against the Chargers. And then he just hasn't been healthy. He's been getting hurt later in the year, and he hasn't had many weapons. I mean, Christian Kirk, that's a weapon? It's not a weapon. Gabe Davis, it's been bad. So I think now he actually has some weapons. I think the offensive line is decent enough. This is a make or break for him. The downside is some of his throws. Hopefully that's shoulder injury, but it's been awful. Like, you see this guy missing throws, like not by a little bit, by a lot. Routine throws. And I don't really know how strong his arm is, but I do think he's rather athletic. What's going on here? What is going on here? Sorry about that. Up in 7 picks. Drake May at 26. That is super juicy. Although I love Drake May. I'll take Drake May over Justin Herbert all day. Let's see. Daniels, Fields, and A-Chain. I like that. This guy takes Brock Bowers at 29. Just gives his money away. What you doing, bro? God, that's so... I love Brock Bowers, but it just doesn't work. Nope, does not work. I'm up in 5 picks, and there are still a lot of quarterbacks on the board, folks. And someone took JJ McCarthy way early. Let's go. I'm going to get 2 of these guys. Is there any position player I would take over one of them? Possibly Drake London. There goes Dak. Man, like I said earlier, I'm down with CJ Stroud and Jordan Love, honestly. Either of these 2 guys, that's why you take CeeDee Lamb and McCaffrey early. Because I don't know how much difference I see between Baker and Jordan Love. There goes Drake London. Thank you for doing that. I'm not tempted. I am not tempted. There goes Jared Goff. And I'm getting 2 out of my 3 guys I want. I'm getting Jordan Love and CJ Stroud. All right. See, that's why you do this. You risk it. But I am really liking those 2 quarterbacks. Really liking CJ Stroud for a bounce back. Really liking Jordan Love to be healthy this year. He was hurt last year for a bounce back. This is a great start. Now, in terms of a third quarterback, I don't need it. But if one of these fellas fall back, which they won't, any of these 5, pick 56, I'm at pick 60. There's a chance. I'm taking them. If not, we're going to go down the line and who I'm comfortable taking at that spot. There it is. There it is. I should be getting at least one of these guys, probably 2 of these guys. Go to the board. Take a little gander here. This guy only has Trevor Lawrence. He probably should have just taken Penix instead of McConkey. Let's see. Barkley, Irving. Let's see if there's any starts I really like. See, this guy just totally fucked himself in the butt. He still only has Caleb. And the thing is, he just shouldn't have taken Brock Bowers because he could have had. If he didn't take Bowers, he could have just taken McCarthy or Dak. Let's say he takes Dak there, Caleb and Dak, and then he could have taken Trey McBride, and that's essentially the same player. And you would have had your second quarterback being a good possible quarterback one. Now he's gonna have to reach on one of these scrubs, and his team just isn't as good. Just don't take Bowers at 29. That's way ahead of ADP, and ADP is still wrong. It's a super flex. You can take 3 tight ends in this and not even like sacrifice roster construction. And he probably still will take 3 tight ends because he's a moron. Watch, he's going to take a scrubby-ass quarterback here. No, he's not. He's rolling the dice with Caleb Williams. Rashee Rice. Don't hate the pick, but I don't know what he's going to do. There's still 4 starting quarterbacks on the board. 3 on the board. Why that man didn't take Matt Stafford, I'll never know. I don't want any of those running backs, and I would take a couple of those receivers, not the tight ends. There goes Scary Terry. Contract dispute and all. He's going to get paid. The fact that DK got paid $33 million a year for 3 years, or I think it was 4 years. Terry's got to be like, man, I've been more productive than that guy. We just went to the NFC Championship game last year. DK hasn't done shit. We're up in 3 picks. This is looking pretty nice. It's scary to wait, especially on the ends here for quarterback and Superflex. But when you do, and it works out, it's very rewarding. Where's my buys at here? 5 and 6. Tua or Cam Ward? Well, let's take a look here. Taking Devontae Adams. And we're taking Tua. Tua bounce back, baby. Force the rest of the guys to reach on some non-questionable, some questionable starters. Man, all right, I love this start. I think my quarterbacks are pretty strong. McCaffrey, I'm banking on him to stay healthy, and I'm going to double down on that because if he gets hurt, what am I going to do in this tournament anyway? CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, folks. So now we can give up on quarterback here, find the range of guys I'm willing to take at running back. It's not much because I am going to wait. I'm going to pound this receiver position, take maybe a tight end value, even though I hate doing it. Get a couple of these dudes. DK, Flowers, and Ridley, and Waddle. Definitely Waddle with the stack with Tua. And I would take George Kittle. There it is. I got 16 guys and 18 picks. Wow, Richardson at 62, way ahead of ADP, but he was kind of forced by waiting. So I'm very curious about this team. This Brock Bowers team. Chase at 5, Caleb at 20. I like that. And then he just fucked it up with Bowers. Now he has 1 quarterback. He has 1 running back. He has a tight end though. He got a break with Cam Ward falling. That is definitely a break. As much as I talk shit, he got Cam Ward way after ADP. So, you know what? I'm going to eat my words on that guy. You're very smart, man. Anyone got a question for me? I see a couple people in here. What do you got? Anything? Why am I wearing this hat? Why am I slurring my words? What kind of beer am I drinking? What is my sex toy of choice? I can answer any of those. I might just answer them without you asking, but We'll see. I don't like to divulge that information. Aaron Rodgers is 75. What did we say he went earlier? 50th? 52nd? 62nd? That's a fair spot for him, I feel like. It's a good team. A-Chain, Brown, Hall, and Chubbard. Chuba Hubbard. No receivers yet, which is quite interesting. All right, we're getting close. I got 9 guys in my queue, so this must be working out for me. Not a running back. A lot of options there. Nope. Not you, Sam Laporta. I hate your ass. I'm going to get a nice double dip at receiver here. I already have 2, and then I can really focus on running back later. I would love to get a combination of DK and Flowers. Something like that. The stack is Love. I have Love, Stroud, and Tua. Jalen Waddle wouldn't be the worst either. I'm going to get a couple. There goes DK Met Bowl. It's okay. Give me Jameson Williams, baby. Fuck you. Flowers and Waddle. I think I might have to take Waddle. I think I have to. Not Mr. Stack or anything, but sometimes when in Rome, this guy just wow. Fuck the stack. I'm just going best players available. Give me my George Pickens. Get my Zay Flowers. Big play merchants on this squad. My guys. Taking my guys. You know, I've been a Pickens guy forever. It can't be worse. Where is he going? Roughly wide receiver 30. Man, there ain't no way he's finishing below that. And I just more see a lot of spike weeks from him. And if anything ever happens to CeeDee Lamb, I actually have CeeDee Lamb, so I wish I had Dak, but don't need it. I think they both can go crazy. At least one of them each week, right? So now we're looking at some running backs we need. Just going to queue a few guys here. Up to there, I feel like. Otherwise, I'm going to wait. Take one more receiver I love. And then just get all of the RB2s in their backfield and hope for an injury. Because I love doing that. I love doing that more in redraft, but I've been warming up to it in best ball because in these tournaments, per se, the normal league, 12-team league, is different. I'm shooting for straight upside, right? I want the guys that are gonna explode if there's an injury. And the nice thing is that they don't need the, Zach Charbonnet last year had 2 different stretches where Kenneth Walker went down and he was an RB1 every week. So he had 5 RB1 finishes. And then, some weeks sprinkled in where he scores a touchdown even when Kenneth Walker's healthy, which isn't exactly what we're looking for. But if you get enough of those guys, it will pay off. I'm going to put Ricky Pearsall in there. We are going to go to the board, see what we got going on here. So, yeah, this guy, again, keeps on fucking up his team. So he got lucky with Cam Ward falling to 68, waiting on quarterback 2. Now he's taking his second tight end. I get it. It was a little bit after ADP, but he has Bowers and he has Laporta. You can only start one unless you want Laporta as your flex. It's just not a good start. You're going to have so many running backs and receivers there. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. So silly. I just don't understand. It's not. There's a thing that goes above like picking the wrong players. It's about picking the wrong positions. And taking a second tight end in the 8th round in this format with 20 rounds, dude, not at tight end, man. That is silly. That's like taking 4 quarterbacks in a 1 quarterback best ball. Roma Dunze, all right. It's a good pick, buddy. He's had some good picks. It's just John MP. What a clown. Let's see what we can do here. Kelsey's available. We do need a tight end. Hawkinson, ideally. Kelsey. Ooh, Mason. All right, we got a lot of options here. There goes Pearsall. players. Jordan Mason. It's in here. Perfect. I am loving this squad. Loving this squad. Pretty balanced. Running backs ain't looking good, but I'm going to make that up here in the next 2 rounds. Sharp single-handedly won me my work league last year. Yeah, he was unbelievable. And it was like, it's so obvious, it's so nice when they're so obvious to start as a bench player like that. It's always like, you knew he was getting 25 fucking touches. And, I mean, that's my thing with Algier. I've always been about Algier. The problem we get into with some of these guys, and I've been guilty of it as well, is not knowing who the actual handcuff is. And certain guys, I know that they're the handcuff. Charbonnet, I know the handcuff. Stevenson, I'd like to think he's a handcuff, but that's a question mark. Isaiah Spears, handcuff. Ray Davis, 100% handcuff. Trey Benson, handcuff. Rashad White, handcuff. Garendo, kind of a gray area, but he's going there because the upside of if he is the handcuff is so great. Algier, the most clear handcuff in fantasy. Braylon Allen, we don't know. Roshan, it might be a 1A, 1B, but he should be the handcuff, but they'd bring someone else in. That's also the thing is like certain teams, if you know they trust the guy, they won't bring someone in. Rico Dowdle should be the handcuff. Jalen Wright, I can't even say it. I think he's going to have a lot of work, but they drafted Ollie Gordon. Will Shipley, now that's a big one because that's super valuable. I know he's going to have a role, but would they trust Will Shipley to be the every down back? I don't know if they would. Jarquez Hunter is the guy they drafted to kind of spell Kyron Williams, but I still think the handcuffs Blake Corum. Marshawn Lloyd doesn't profile as a 3-down back, but could be the handcuff. Devin Neal, I don't know what the hell they're doing there in New Orleans. Woody Marks is an interesting one because I think he's going to get some work, and I believe they drafted him for a reason out of USC. Good player. Jerome Ford, not the handcuff. So there are a solid amount of them this year. I mean, but every year we are proven wrong on some of these. A couple guys I like. Ooh, Shaheed, Kyle Williams. Look at the team. I forgot the team. Well, we need a running back, so. Someone took Tyjae Spears way early. That son of a bitch. 13 picks early. I might have to do the same fucking thing. I might have to go Charbonnet and Ray Davis. Although Ayuk is tempting with my build. I think my receivers are good, though. I don't need another receiver. I'm good. I'm going to take 8 on this team no matter what because I don't like the late running backs. So we are going to go Davis, order. 6. He took Pittman. Oh, man. Do I take Stevenson or do I reach? I'm going to go true to myself here. Take Ray Davis and Trey Benson. 2 of my most owned players. I know they're going to have a role, and I think they're league winners if things break right. Super weird running back room. I'm going to be relying on a lot of what ifs, but this team is banking on McCaffrey staying healthy and being in my lineup probably 14 of the 17 weeks, which is fine because if that goes awry, then it goes awry. But that's why I'm going to pair him with about 5 other guys that need stuff to happen. And believe it or not, I'm not even going to go Garendo. I mean, I might if he's there. He's not going to be there. And then we're going to see what we can do at tight end because I would need one more guy I'm confident in. Kind of stops at Brenton Strange for me. This is where the tier drops for me at tight end 19. I guess you could throw Freiermuth in there now with the Rodgers signing. After that, I love the stretch of Ott and Schultz and Okonkwo. But that's where it really drops off. And there's some other guys: Henry, Gesicki, Mason Taylor, rookie, Zach Ertz, Ferguson, who was my guy last year. I should just put him in there. I don't know why I'm avoiding him. It's just like he wronged me. He really fucking wronged me. And there's a Kyle Williams. God damn you. Luther Burden wouldn't be bad. Other guys I love here: Cedric Tillman. I'll put him in there. Christian Kirk. We'll go to the board. I want to see what this team's doing that I've been talking a lot of shit about. I don't know why it does that. The Brock Bowers team. Man, dude, I love this guy's picks, honestly. Just that he fucked up his draft by taking early tight end and then taking Laporta. But Kyle Williams pick, Javonte, I don't hate at this point. Shakira Dunze, Kamara at value. I do like his squad. I just think that he way better. Oh shit. Hopefully I'm not still covering up the mic. If we didn't miss some of my hilarious jokes. Up in 5 picks. I would love to get Kincaid here. Absolutely love to get Kincaid here. Let's show you the squad before I take my next pick here. Superflex, waited on quarterback, and I like what I got there. Running backs are weak and questionable. Love the receiver room. I have Hawkinson by 6. So, man, I could double up. I don't think I'd need to do that with Hawkinson. I want one of these guys. Algier's still available. Do not take him. That would make my team. Just give me the last of the Mohicans for high-end handcuffs. We're going to win this tournament. We're not trying to fucking get second place. Actually, second would be cool. And then we're taking Kincaid. Man, I'm loving it. Isaiah Likely would have been a nice pick there too. But value at Kincaid. Still only have 4 receivers, but I went receiver pretty early for what I usually do in this format. And we're going to have 8 receivers in this team anyway, so I'm not worried about making up some of those weeks possibly later on. So I still need one more tight end. If any of these guys fall, I'm definitely taking them. If not, I'm going to wait for a Conquo in the last round. Take Alec Pearson there. I do want one more running back, possibly, if they fall. So I'm going to put Dowdle in there and Jalen Wright. And I'll even put Shipley in there. Okay, cool. There we go. And there goes the tight ends after I took them. Ferguson, Pitts, Strange. This guy took Milrow. See, man, this guy, I've been talking shit about him. A couple bad picks, but I love the players he's drafting. Rashad White, Jalen Milrow, super savvy pick. Kyle Williams. Really like that. There goes Likely. What a value. Is that the Lamar team? That motherfucker got him so late. See, I love what he did here. He did not take a tight end, and he got Likely and Hunter Henry. Again, don't love his picks, all of his picks. Mostly the Travis Hunter pick. Actually, I like most of his picks. But I love the way he built his team. And that is in Underdog and in Best Ball. Just as important as the players you're drafting is the way you're constructing your team. And like ideally you want both. But you could pick all the right players and just have a bad roster construction, as in like seeing people take one tight end or, 3 running backs. Like, dude, there's going to be an injury. I get the upside if they all stay healthy. But like, do you really need 10 receivers? Like, balance out your roster a little bit better and have 4 running backs and 9 receivers. 5 and 7, 5 and 8, like, is much better. Ooh, these running backs are actually still around. And the tight ends are not. Seeing as I am playing the game of having only one bona fide starter, I think what we have to do is take Jalen Wright and take our third tight end right here, which is going to be a Conquo. Actually, I think it's going to be Schultz because we have Stroud. There we go. Now it's wide receivers the rest of the way. We only have 4. But I love the running back room here. What I did with not taking one until after the first round, not taking one until, what is that, the 9th round? So many swings at it. I feel like Jordan Mason's going to give me some steady floor as my RB2 until an injury happens early in the year. And then Davis could have some early year value with the holdout or whatever you want to call it. Give me 8 or 10 touches, which is great in that Buffalo offense. And then Benson's going to have a role. Algier, strict handcuff. I get that. He might fall in the end zone. And Jalen Wright should have a role. I don't know if he's a handcuff, but at that value, like those guys can all blow up. That's what I'm looking for. I just need one of those guys to really become a bona fide RB1, which with injury, I almost see any one of them in this kind of obscure running back here. And then, again, the receivers, I have not taken a receiver in forever. But I'm going to have 8 receivers, so we'll see what I can find. I like my tight end room a lot. Hawkinson, Kincaid, and Schultz. Balance City right there. Let's see what we can find here. I'm guessing these other guys are going to be gone. I'd love to get Amy Brown, Yoshi, I like Michael Wilson, Wandale. There's 0 chance it's going to be there. We'll go to the board. Check out the slots that I took. So waited on quarterback. Got Love and Stroud. I feel like Devontae was a pretty good value. 2 at 61. I love that. The last of like the starters, Pickens and Flowers, and then I just hammered running back and tight end. The positions I waited on. I have not taken anything else but a running back and tight end in 7 rounds, 8 rounds. I'm cool with that. Thank you, Ben. I love those final running backs as well. I mean, they're swings. We're taking swings here. A lot of swings, which, cannot drink when you're grilling. It's like a fucking rule. Unless you're Ned Flanders. Oakley Dokley. I wish I was Ned fucking Flanders. That'd be cool. Actually had a really fucking rocking body. Wow, Chick is still available. That upsets me. No way he lasted me. Now I'm going to have a choice. I don't think Tutu's going to fall back, but I got to get Yoshi. And I'm actually really warming on Diami Brown. They gave him big money. I think the most free agent wide receiver money of anyone. It was a weak class, but they brought him in for a reason, and they're going to use him. So I'm going to probably pass Michael Wilson up unless Diami Brown gets taken and take Brown and Yoshi. And then let's hope Tutu falls. Oh, there goes Diami Brown. Cool. We'll take Michael Wilson and we'll take Yoshi. I'm going to roll with fucking Burton again. Love Roman Wilson. I'm just going to put my guy in the queue. So far down. Wide receiver 107. That is great. Love having a guy you can always get unless someone really snakes him from you, which I've seen happen. And then what I do is I tip my little farmer's cap to him and I say, great pick. And maybe they save me from having, 80% share of Jermaine Burton, which I don't want because he's a knucklehead and he might be cut. Not performance cut, not cut from performance, but just cut because he's a knucklehead. I seem to love those knucklehead receivers. Again, Will Fuller, my number 1 owned fucking guy last year in Underdog. Granted, it was the 18th round, but I don't understand why no one signed him. I just wish someone knew, if anyone knows in this chat, why Will Fuller is out of the NFL. I know he had a PED suspension. He had a lot of work ethic problems. He had questionable hands, but that dude could fly. And you can't tell me he was made from Deshaun Watson, because Deshaun Watson blows. He was good for a stretch, but like Deshaun Watson, no, Will Fuller could play football, man. Kirk Cousins, what a pick. 09. I know now with Rodgers signing with the Steelers, it takes that option out of the way. I still think he could land in New Orleans, which I don't know why. I think I know why New Orleans isn't signing him, because they know they're going to lose. And with Kirk Cousins, they might win 6 games and just start Tyler Shuck and win 4 and just see what you have in the quarterback. I understand that. But, who knows? A quarterback could get hurt in the next 3 weeks, next 3 months. And then the Falcons have a lot of bargaining with Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins sucks, but he's a professional quarterback. They did win, they were a 500 team last year with him. It's not like the Falcons are some world beaters out there. Well, there goes Roman Wilson and F my A. Oh, Yoshi, what up, Story? See Story. Yes, Yoshi is fucking right, baby. Took him in the draft earlier, too. Getting down to it, I'm going to have my final 2 picks. Oh my god, if Tutu can fucking land. Come on. Come on, Tutu. I may do another draft if Tutu falls. I might do it. I shouldn't. Should probably get some sleep, but I will if Tutu falls. If maybe more than one person's in here. Now we have 2 people, but one of them might be myself. Come on. Come on, Tutu. You know you want to do it, Tutu. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I'm going to love this team. Funny, I'm saying my 19th round pick is going to make or break my team, but I do believe this guy will see my lineup in 3 or 4 weeks. There he is. He fell. I do believe it. There he is. And then we're going to go with the last round pick of Jermaine Burton. We'll check out the squad here. Waited on quarterback in the Superflex. Jordan Love, CJ Stroud, and Tua. The running backs are a real hodgepodge, but I love the upside of all of these guys. They're gonna mix it together and give me some weeks. Went early wide receiver and then waited, but I kind of like my last 4. I don't think they're gonna matter if my guys perform. And then the tight ends, I'm really into. No complaints there. I got the upside guy in Kincaid. I got the safe guy in Hawkinson, and Schultz is kind of just, he's a jag, let's be honest. But, could be worse. We'll go to the board and look at just how it went down more so. Skipped on the quarterback, Lamb, McCaffrey. Got my 2 dudes. Devontae sprinkled in between the quarterbacks. Then went Pickens, Flowers, and then it was just running backs and tight ends until I went forward. I love kind of doing that strategy because I like my late receivers. I don't like the value of Keaton Mitchell. Actually could be an interesting pick there at 206. Same with Blake Corum, but I like the value. I do love Jermaine Burton. I'm not gonna. What was he, a 3rd round pick? I'm not gonna hate on the talent. It's mostly the offense and the fact T. Higgins is frail, made of glass. So yes, I do like that, and I'm always gonna like that. What do you have against Jermaine Burton, Story? You fuck your wife or something? Last pick here. We'll see the projections. All the projections suck. 2,900. This guy, 31. Look at this. 31-31. See if I like his team. 7 running backs. All right. I kind of like it. One other team with 3,100. Poo quarterbacks. All right. I don't hate it. I don't understand why that's far and away better projected than my team. I know my quarterbacks are going to be, yeah, I guess it's because my running backs aren't projected shit because they're not going to play. There it is. That's it. We're going to do one more. Whoever's sticking around, if not, whatever. I'm just hanging out. I'd probably be doing this anyway. Narrating can be, a bit of a chore, but I talk to myself anyway, so. Yeah, projections do suck, but I get why my projection's low because I'm drafting guys that aren't even projected to play much. So that's fine. But like, if you want to just draft like that guy drafted Adam Thielen, yeah, his projections are going to be pretty good. But is Adam Thielen anything? Like, is that a guy you really want? Like, he's going to score some points early in the year, but he's going to flame out. And maybe I hate Adam Thielen too much, and I love Xavier Legette too much. I don't know. I'm not drafting fucking Adam Thielen. I'm very positive at the end of this, draft season in Underdog, and I started really early this year. I'm probably going to do 200 of these fuckers. I probably won't have a single Adam Thielen share. We'll look and see where Adam Thielen's going. Wide receiver 58 or something. Is it later? No, 69. Wow. Well, maybe I'm too low at Adam Thielen because wide receiver 69 seems like a steal. I'm just looking around him like, give me Wan'Dale Robinson all day. He had 130 targets last year. 140 targets last year. He turned that into 699 yards. Crazy. And the 3 touchdowns. I don't care. And Thielen had 62 targets. Yeah, he was actually super fucking good when he was playing. But the key is when he was playing. Give me Alec Pierce. 69. Look at that. 7 tutties. So you mean to tell me that Alec Pierce legitimately had 37 catches, 824 yards, and 7 touchdowns? So 37 catches for 824. Wando had 93 catches for 699. That is crazy. That is crazy. Almost 3 times as many catches and less yards, and and half as many touchdowns. 140 targets to Alec Pierce's 69. Wow. That's crazy as hell. Drafting from 10 spot this time. That was actually one of my favorite teams I did in the stream a week ago or whatever. I like that because I should be able to get Mahomes, who is a guy I am buying into this year. Give me that upside. Give me all the upside. This is my last draft of the night. Unless somehow like 70 people get in here and then they can convince me. But I don't think there's ever a chance on that because no one watches this. It's been going for an hour and 18 minutes. Am I tired yet? Absolutely not. I'm never tired. I'm a little tired. I'm going to have beer. That's tasty. I'm just loving getting Mahomes this year. I just feel like, people are humans and they hear the noise, and so many people, whether they hate him or not, mostly because they hate him, just because the Taylor Swift and all the cheap shit. But like, he's a very good player, and he's an all-time great already. And because his numbers have dropped, like, you don't think he knows that shit? You don't think Andy Reid knows that shit? Not to draw too much of a comparison, but I do remember this was different because it was Deflategate with the Patriots. But, I mean, you get great coaches and great quarterbacks on a fuck you tour, and that's scary. And maybe they're not going to give Kareem Hunt 8 rushing touchdowns. It's fine. I'm fine with taking either of these fellers. Or Jefferson, really. So, pretty standard. Chase at 4. Kind of a reach there. All right. We're going to take Mahomes. Up in 4 picks. I'm hoping to get McCaffrey. Hoping to get CD. And then if I have to, I'll take Baker, although I don't want to fucking take Baker. So And we're taking CMC again. Second CMC team. Could totally get jobbed again by the fucking 49ers saying he's healthy, but I mean, he better be healthy. He hasn't played football in forever. I like that start. Tried and true. Very good song from Ween. I have the 34th pick and the 39th pick. Would never take Bowers even at 39. Quarterback wise, 34. Pretty good spot to be in. I'm going to get one quarterback in the next two picks at least. It's probably going to go down to, I'd love to get Drake May. Absolutely love it. Or I can just wait and take CJ Stroud. I'm just going to watch the board for once. How about that? I always say that. One thing I've read and heard that Malik Neighbors, because these fuckers all love to go for stacks, Malik Neighbors has been falling because he's unstackable, because you don't want to take Russell, you don't want to take Jackson Dart, where I see that as value because, I don't know, Malik Neighbors is just a walking target. I mean, I don't know what he had last year. Let's see who took him. I can't even look at him. 180 targets last year. Some fucking crazy ass number. Jaden Daniels and Justin Fields. That is purdy, man. That is purdy. One of these guys is going to take Caleb, which I love pairing with Allen and Jackson. Just for that elite upside. School Rock is on Paramount. It's a reach if you don't believe in Chase. Who's a reach if you don't believe in Chase? Dwayne Burton? Oh, when I said he went to 4, I get it. No, I just said in Superflex, it's just kind of like it's hard to put your and now he took St. Brown instead of Fields. 165 for Neighbors last year, and that was Neighbors was banged up too, and without a lot of passing volume, even though they were getting their brains beaten in. So I feel like Neighbors getting. They didn't bring anyone else in, so I feel like he's getting 170, which is hard to find. This guy took Brock Bowers at 27. What are you doing? I don't understand it. Brock Bowers has not scored touchdowns. There's 20 rounds. Okay, this guy got Dak at 28, which I kind of like. I'm surprised he didn't go with Jared Goff, because these people are all about stacking to win these tournaments. From what I've heard, there goes Jordan Love at 30. So the quarterbacks are getting real thin, huh? Well, Caleb's still available. He's going to take it right here. So Caleb, and he's going to have a fucking banger of a team. So thanks for giving that value away. Why would you do that? Why? Trevor Lawrence, Stroud, McCarthy, Penix. I don't see much of a difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Drake London. And I'm going to hope. I mean, I don't see much of a difference between these guys. I really hope to get Lawrence or Stroud. But, I mean, I'll take McCarthy if I have to. Not into it. Big question mark. I mean, I suppose Trevor Lawrence is a question mark too. But let's see. This guy took McCarthy. This guy's got 2 quarterbacks here ahead of me. And he has Kyler and Nix qualify. So he could take Stroud. He did not. I'm going to take CJ Stroud. Love that. I love that start. They're not sexy quarterbacks, so they're going to produce. And I have myself a top 5 running back, and I feel like a top 10 receiver. It's getting a little juicy, folks. Somehow on these, done a lot of these drafts, and sometimes I don't love my teams, and I've done maybe 9 on stream, and I've liked most of the teams. So getting CJ Stroud in the 4th round, I mean, Where would he have gone last year in these Superflex? They didn't. I don't think they had Superflex on Underdog last year. Where would he have gone? Because he was going. Well, I can tell you right now, he was going quarterback 5. So he was going in the Joe Burrow spot, which was terrible. I mean, he should never gone that high. He doesn't run, and he just had an efficient rookie year. No, dude, I think he was going to go first round because look where Joe Burrow goes, like quarterback 5, right? Mahomes is quarterback 6 this year. Kyler quarterback 7. They're always going in the first round. Maybe it would have been different because he was not as proven, but I don't see the difference. I feel like he's going to do what he did last year, probably better. But if he does what he did last year, CJ Stroud's a value in drafts this year because it wasn't amazing or anything, but it was worse in real life than it was in fantasy because he actually ran a little bit more last year. And I get the weapons are a little worse, but Nico got hurt. So, like, if Nico just stays healthy, CJ Stroud's going to fucking smash. I know it's like recent. And the thing is, they actually did well in the playoffs. And, like, it's just like the eye test for what it just looked bad. He had some throws. They were Trevor Lawrence-esque throws where he was seeing ghosts out there. And, like, it was just weird because his rookie year, the man seemed so fucking calm. And the offensive line broke down a little bit on him, and he just lost everything. Confidence. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. I don't know what that was. We'll see. I know he's a great kid. Like, that dude's a hard worker. He's like doesn't even smile, which, you know, I like to have more fun. Like, he's like the CJ Stroud is the anti Johnny Manziel. We all agree with that. Fucking Johnny Football. I watched that documentary again. Fucking amazing. That guy's great. Oh man, it ain't backyard football, bro. Okay. I have my running back. I don't need that. I'm gonna go Marv. I know it's probably not Story's favorite pick, but the man's got to do something. They got to give the guy some targets. They have to. And I'm gonna take another receiver here because I don't. I suppose I could take Joe Mixon. No, don't say don't go Marv. He can't do worse than last year. They didn't move him around at all. He literally ran 2 routes last year. He can do it. They didn't bring in anyone. I know Kyler sucks ass, but I will say this. He had 8 touchdowns last year. So can he just go from 116 targets? Can he get 135? And can they use him more creatively? I feel like it's going to equal 90 catches, 1,100 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Do we take Mixon? No, we can't take Mixon. God, I'm taking Devontae Adams in every draft. Taking Devontae Adams. They're a dumpster fire, but well, I guess their defense being better doesn't help my cause, but do you think Marv's a bad player though? No, I can't take Mixon. I have CMC. I'm rolling on these teams. I'm rolling with CMC. If he gets hurt, I'm done. I'm just going to do the same thing I did last draft. I'm going to load up on wide receivers and get 5, and then not take them until the last round and take my guys, and not take tight ends either. So Story says yes, he's a bad player, as in he thinks that Marvin Harrison is a bad player. I think he was criminally just miscast last year. And I think he's a good player. He can play out of the slot. I don't think he's amazing. I think Neighbors is probably a better player. I'm not ready to say that yet. I'm not. It's like me saying Roma Dunze's a bust. He did look pretty bad last year, but no, man. I'm not on Marv just yet. I think Marv has another gear. He did look. The problem, I'd say, he looked disinterested last year a little bit, which is an issue. But seeing as he's Marvin Harrison Sr.'s son, he was underutilized last year, but I'm convinced he's not a bad player. Saying he's not worthy of his draft capital, I will agree with that. But to say he's a bad player, I just don't see it. I just don't. He's not a bad player. Just not worthy of where he was drafted, which makes him a disappointment. But you could still be a disappointment, like if you're drafted that high and had all these like generational comparisons, and be disappointing and still be good. You get what I'm saying? It's like that's why Tom Brady's the craziest thing ever because like not only was he a 6th-round pick, he's the greatest football player, definitely greatest quarterback to ever live. Let's see, up in 7 picks. Let's take a look at what we have here. This guy's got Daniels, Fields, and Richardson. Brock Bowers' pick kills it. You don't have a receiver yet, brother. He takes Tet McMillan. Thoughts on Tet McMillan? But every metric has... Well, no, you can't even judge metrics because he was running what? He actually had good success rates against most coverages. He was open. Kyler can't get him the ball, which is a whole different, can of worms. Is that what they say? Caleb, Penix, Bryce Young, Saquon, Henry. Ooh, it's an interesting team. We are going to look at not that. David Montgomery, Caleb Johnson. I might be going. Press was an issue. Yes. We're going to go Zay here. I hope to get one of these guys coming back. If not, I will take Caleb Johnson. He had a negative success rate against press coverage in the first 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. For a generational talent, that's not acceptable. That comes from Story. I understand that. But if you only line him up on an island, yes, he's going to get press coverage. If you can learn to not do that, then maybe he won't. I'm not trying to sit here and defend his draft capital because I'm not doing that. Aaron Rodgers, 85. That's a fair spot for him. I just think he should get a lot more targets than he earns. So, Kelvin or Jalen Waddle? Take Calvin Ridley here. I did not take a third quarterback on this team, but I really don't think I need to. Did I miss an opportunity to take a third quarterback is my question. I didn't because Sam Darnold and Geno and Bryce Young were all off the board. And it would have been Richardson. Yeah, I guess I could have taken Aaron Rodgers instead of Zay Flowers. So what I'm going to have to do is take a swing on a guy like Daniel Jones, Shedeur Sanders, Jalen Milroe. Kind of get another body in there that could play later in the year for bye weeks, etc. Or I just roll with the 2 quarterbacks and I try to fill out my lineup enough to where it doesn't matter. But I still do only have 1 running back. So I think I'm done taking wide receiver for a long time. I mean, apparently Marvin Harrison doesn't even count. So, thoughts on Waddle this year? I think that the hate on Tyreek has gone too far. Although I still do love Waddle at his price point, but I think I like Tyreek more at his price point. I've always been a Waddle guy. He just fucking burned me last year. He was a 3rd-round pick. And just, 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. The first year was the year we had the PPR monster year without Tyreek Hill. And then really good his second year. And it's just been bad. And he has a little bit of the T. Higgins thing where he just, plays a lot of games relative to how much he's hurt. And he gets hurt a lot early in games and misses like 2 quarters. And just like every time that guy gets tackled, I'm fucking scared. And he just has no red zone usage. And like he just needs those long touchdowns. So I think I like him more in this format than I do in redraft. But I haven't been reaching to take him just because you also have with his injury questions. Now you have to pair that with Tua's injury questions, and it's a lot of injury questions that like a lot of like variables. Where someone like Calvin Ridley, that's why I took Calvin Ridley over him. I know he's been terrible, but still 1,000 yards last year. You don't have those concerns. And God, I need a running back. I need a running back. Daniel Jones actually wouldn't be a terrible pick here. That son of a bitch. There goes Pacheco. There goes Mason. But hey, I got Brian Robinson Jr. as my second running back. I am really into that. I am really into that for this team. That's what I need. Someone steady. Scat's not my guy. Yes, Waddle's always moving off the field nonstop. Scat is not my guy. Let's not beat around the bush. I do like Scat, but I feel like I got my guys. So what I might do here, that motherfucker took Daniel Jones right in front of me. I didn't even realize that. I can't take Shedeur Sanders, can I? He's kind of your guy. How do you know Scat's my guy? What did I ever say that he's my guy? I'm going to take Tyrone Tracy. If Scat's my guy, I'm taking Tyrone Tracy, dude. Yeah. I watched Tyrone Tracy's film last year. I had him everywhere, too. I didn't realize the film was so good. My question is, do I just roll with these two quarterbacks? I don't know. So I think what I'm looking at here is either one of these guys, if they fall back to me, their ADP is so low. So maybe I don't even have to reach on them. There's no one else I want to touch. No one else worth taking besides Cousins with the last round pick. I think I'm just gonna live with taking the two quarterbacks, and the thing is, they should stay healthy. Bye weeks, I'm gonna have to fill in with a position player, and then banking on them in the playoffs as my two guys. Not ideal. It's not ideal. Daniel Jones would have been really nice on this team. Would have been really nice with the news. I don't think I've taken a single Superflex team with only two quarterbacks. This might be the one. I think I need to. Daniel Jones will play 7 games, and then who's the other quarterback that's going to play 5 games then? Because was Richardson going to play 10? I don't know about that. Again, I'm a Richardson guy, but I don't even know who the third stringer is if they have one. I think this means I have to start strengthening up my 6 and 7. That's 13. So then they need someone to play more than that. I need to strengthen my tight end room a lot. Flacco, they're gonna trade for Flacco. They should probably just do that. I can't take a receiver. I think I just need to fucking go and just get all of the running back handcuffs. And then maybe take... I don't want to take 4 tight ends. That'd be stupid. Sanders and Miller. I think Sanders is my guy. I think Sanders finishes out the year with the Browns. I think that, unless it's... How far is fucking Kenny Pickett? Jesus. What a fucking wild situation they have in Cleveland. Because they're not going to play the year and have a force. I guess I'm thinking that Dylan Gabriel's not playing because he's bad. So, and does Flacco make the team? I tell this to my wife all the time. She's like, you got to start Flacco because she loves Flacco. But what's the upside of starting Flacco? Is there an upside starting Flacco? They don't want to win games, right? Do they? We're going to take David Njoku. I need some tight ends. Yeah, I kind of messed up the build on this one. Although I love the players I took. They wouldn't have drafted Gabriel in the third round, story says, if they didn't have planned for him to play. But Dylan Gabriel's not good. He's like 5'10", dude. He's 25 years old. Like, the okay, I would say a normal franchise wouldn't take a quarterback in the third round if they didn't have plans for him, but you're talking about the Browns. Like, what does that even mean? Like, the Browns are fucking silly gooses, man. No way, dude. I'm taking Tajay Spears. I don't know, dude. How is he better than... I'm not a Sanders guy, but, like... So you're saying I should take Gabriel? Okay, here's the squad so far. He's not... There's no way he's better than Shedeur Sanders. I mean, there's just no way. Because, like, no... Dylan Gabriel was overdrafted, as in, like, he was supposed to be a 4th or 5th rounder, and they took him in the 3rd. Sanders was underdrafted. He was supposed to be a 1st rounder, a top 10 quarterback, and he just said fuck you to everyone, and the NFL made him pay. I feel like he was probably a 2nd round talent, probably a mid-2nd to mid-3rd round talent, where Gabriel is a mid-4th round talent. And that's the disconnect. But I just know, like, Gabriel counts as a career backup to me. Sanders is like more of a wild card, but it's silly to say that he's better. There's no way he's a better player. If he's a better player, that's not a reflection on how good Dylan Gabriel is. It's how bad Sanders is. I guess is how I'd put it. Call me cray cray. I mean, I'm kind of cray cray. They're still around, so I might have to take a swing on these guys if my other players are gone. God, Kyle Williams. I just can't take... There's no reason to take a receiver here. I need one of these tight ends and one of these running backs. Look at this squad. Go to the board. So I did kind of just neglect quarterback after taking my first 2, but I don't mind them. Quarterback, we have Mahomes and Stroud. Running back, we have McCaffrey, Brian Robinson, Tyron Tracy, and Tajay Spears. For receiver, we have Drake London, Marvin Harrison, Devontae Adams, Zay Flowers, and Kelvin. Then we have a Well, I got my 2 top guys there. I still have options. Tight end. Jake Ferguson, my once lover. I haven't drafted him this year. I've been so scared after what happened last year. 0 touchdowns last year for... Just look at this, how crazy this is. 0. 86 targets, 0. Unbelievable. There goes Kyle Williams. Man, I'm going to have I would love Likely here. I think that's my ideal pick. If Trey Benson can fall back to me, I might have to do another one of these motherfuckers because... certain players you just don't expect. And there goes... Nope, there he goes. There he goes. I think I have to take Rachaad White. Well, I have to now because Isaiah Likely went. Well, you know what? Fuck me, dude. Just taking all the dudes. God damn it. Rounded out the running back room pretty nicely. But now I'm going to take fucking Kyle Pitts if he's even available. How is Rachaad White going so low? It's recency bias. Him not playing as much down the stretch. But I will say, they were playing a lot of 2 running back like sets last year, and he does play. And he is the handcuff, and he's gonna get work. So I don't know why. I like it. I don't have as many. I think I'm probably at like 20 something percent on Rachaad White. I can take a look here. Can I? I don't know how to take a look. I can take a look on my phone real quick and tell you what my percentage is. Well, my thing is that, like, there's no reason that Bucky Irving should be going in the 2nd round and Rachaad White going in the 14th round. I still feel like it should be like, okay, give me 3rd round for Bucky and like 9th or 10th for Rachaad White. And I love Bucky Irving. Story, you got to remember last year, I was all about Bucky Irving. In terms of the draft process, I liked him. I just was like, he's he's slow. Like he has like 40 time, and like his lateral agility is great. He's just small, kind of an overrated pass catcher. He's good. I mean, he makes the catches, but like for a scat back, he's not. His hands aren't like he's not Alvin Kamara out there. But he is solid. His film wasn't as good as I thought it would be when I watched it like a week ago, and that's like on the contrary. Like Tyrone Tracy's film was like amazing. I'm not saying Tracy's film was better than Bucky Irving's, but it was closer than it should have been. And I'm a Bucky guy. Um, I was all over Bucky Irving. I didn't have as many shares just because I didn't see the draft capital and the situation. Who was the other guy there? The bigger guy that they had. I thought he was going to play, and they actually played all three of them for a stretch. But I just didn't see Bucky Irving taking over Rashad White's role. And we all knew Rashad White's like nothing special, but I thought he was pretty good. I mean, so this would be a great spot for Freiermuth. Are those quarterbacks still available? Jalen Milrow is. I think I have to take a swing at Jalen Milrow here with this team. It's a bet against Sam Darnold. It's a bet against the Seahawks because if the Seahawks, they can get out of that contract in like 2 years. This is Sean Tucker. Yeah, Sean Tucker was kind of a guy I thought would, because like Rashad White is a similar player to Bucky Irving in a way, where Sean Tucker is more of a bruiser. And I thought, well, there goes Milrow. So right, right before me. Fucking hate that shit. Do I take Rico Dowdle? I think I take Rico Dowdle here. And there's the running back room officially. I actually really like it. Wide receiver room, I really like. I mean, I only have 2 quarterbacks, but Sean Tucker had like a 3 touchdown game week 6. And they said they were going to give him all this work, and then that's when Bucky Irving really came to pass. This is too early there. I don't even know what I need, dude. Oh, man. I'm taking Chickaconquo. Don't auto. Yeah, okay. I didn't auto. There's Chickaconquo. Way early. Way too early. 20 picks early, but I had to take somebody. I didn't think it was going to fall back. K. Naughton and Dalton Schultz. I know Schultz, I took him earlier in the draft earlier over at Conquo just because I had CJ Stroud. And I have Stroud in this one, but I can't only go based on, pairing your guys with your quarterbacks. I love Chickaconquo this year. What are your thoughts on Chick story? Because I see him as a younger. Like he doesn't make a lot of. He's not a route runner, I'll say that. But like, I just see Jonnu made his money last year on screenplays, and you got Ridley there stretching the defense. You have Tyler Lockett. You have 2 rookie 4th-round receivers, so you don't have a lot there, and 2 running backs. But like Chick could easily have 800 yards and 6 touchdowns this year, which I'm a big fan of. Like not many tight ends offer big play ability. Where like Kate Otten and Dalton Schultz are never having a 20-yard catch. If anything like that, it's gonna be like an air, 30 yards in the air. Chickaconquo could take one to the house, and that's kind of what I'm looking for a third tight end is some spike weeks, where like the only way Dalton Schultz and Kate Otten are, which they might, is 2 touchdown games. And I think Chick can offer you a lot of games with like 6 catches for 70 yards. If he falls in the end zone, that's fucking free money. All right, let's see what I have here. I need wide receivers. My wide receiver room's super strong. I don't want to take a 4th tight end. I like my tight end room. Yes, Lockett is very cooked. He's like Kramer when he was on the fucking roof, tanning with butter. It's fucking terrible. Demi Brown. Yoshi. I gotta take my Yoshi. 4-5-40. You're talking about a Conquo, right? Do I take Spencer Rattler, man? Not yet. I'm taking Dimey Brown. I don't know if is it a waste of a pick? Yeah, he's undersized, but is it a waste of a pick to take a third quarterback here that might not play? I guess is the question. Do I just roll with my two? What do you think, Story? Spencer Rattler may play, but I mean, if he plays, does that even mean anything? Because he's fucking trash. Although I like Rattler coming out last year, but he did not look good. That team did not look good. So do I just keep on taking dart throws at wide receiver that could maybe fill in on those weeks? No, roll with the two build. Okay. I'm gonna take Yoshi. This is gonna be a lot of receivers. I'm gonna have 9 receivers. Unless I take a high upside pick like Blake Corum. But then I don't get Yoshi. You know what? We're gonna go Blake Corum here. A guy that could be in my lineup almost every week if there's an injury. And just dominate the running back and wide receiver room. Especially because I don't really have a 3. I mean, I'd say Robinson's a solid 2, but the quarterbacks that are left are nothing. It's Mason Rudolph, who's dead now, Rattler, Joe Milton, Dylan Gabriel. I'm definitely not going Dylan. Kenny Pickett could be the pick because I feel like Kenny Pickett could play. He could start the year. You know, if they release Joe Flacco, which they should, if they believe in Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders is looking good, they're not cutting Kenny Pickett, cutting Joe Flacco. Because Kenny Pickett's a first round pick from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. He's probably 25 years old. They traded for him for a reason. They're not keeping Joe Flacco. So Zach Wilson, I guess, because Tua never plays. Deshaun Watson, that'd just be a fucking fun pick. I think Kenny Pickett's the guy in the last round, right? Story, what do you think? I think he's the guy. Yeah, but I don't know. I get that like he actually has probably the most fantasy value if he was to start, but Jordan Love isn't as injury prone. Like I just don't see the path. I see an actual path to like Kenny Pickett being week 1 starter without like injury. I don't know if I can get on board with that one. I ask your advice and I tell you to go fucking suck a dick. Jesus. I could also just take and Tutu Atwell's gone. Fucking A. Roman Wilson though. And then my my Jermaine Burton's. I like wasting my last round pick in all of these every year. The same guy. I love doing it. It's my fucking thing, dude. Because I don't know how much. I guess I'll just take 2 more receivers and have 8. I would love it to be. Io Manor is there. Yes, you're a fan of Io Manor. Is it Io Manor? You can't even pronounce it because you're just. I think it's Io Manor. Okay, maybe I'll skip on Burton. I think he's a stud too, man. Like I think they drafted the other guy there earlier than him, but I just saw some fucking badass Io Manor. Alec Io Manor. Yeah. I saw some badass catches from that guy. He seems I think his measurables weren't good, which was the problem, but I don't give a fuck about that as much as I used to. He looks good. I was taking him really early on because I see the path for him being the number 2 there. Like he's an X receiver, right? And believe it or not, Calvin Ridley isn't an X receiver. That he gets miscast there all the time. Like he is more of a flanker. There we go. Yeah, wasn't he on Stanford the whole time or what? Okay, we've been going on for an hour 55. I'm going to do one more of these fuckers. Look at the team real quick. Mahomes, Stroud. I'm going to do one more. Hopefully this one starts fast. I'm getting tired. I've been digging the team, though. I've been digging them. Let's see what we got here. I want to go to my... I'm going to get off this chat real quick and see... I'm going to see... I can't even talk. I'm going to see my ownerships and for the Superflex and see what I got here. I've done 27 of them. 23 are showing. Stroud is my number one quarterback at 30%. Then Fields, Richardson at 26% kind of hurts. Jalen Hurts at 21, Drake May 21, Lawrence 17, Mahomes 17. The rest of the guys are around 10. Running backs: Trey Benson 43%, Ray Davis 39%, Jordan Mason 30%, A-Chain, Corum, Chase Brown, Stevenson. Let's see. Yoshi is 52. Burton's 47. So I'm really going those late Bengals receivers. Tutu Atwell 43. Michael Wilson 39. Ricky Pearsall 34. DK at 30%, which most of those are before he's risen. So I'm liking that. JMO 26. Jameson Williams. Jalen Waddle 26%. More than I thought. Tillman and Leggett at 21%. Tight ends is pretty obvious. Kelsey, Chickaconquo, Dalton Kincaid, Isaiah Likely, Dalton Schultz. Kate Otten, Kyle Pitts at 17%. Third pick. Let's fucking go. I haven't had Daniels much at all. Sometimes people reach, if they have a lot of shares of Lamar, Josh Allen, or whatever, they'll reach for Jaden Daniels just to have a share. So I'm fine with whatever happens here. I haven't had a lot of thirds. I don't even know. See, I think I don't even have any Jaden Daniels. At least not in the Superflex. No Jaden Daniels. It'll be my first Jaden Daniels here in Superflex. I just haven't had the third pick. Had a lot of number 1, a lot of number 4, and then I feel like a lot of 9 and 10, which I don't hate. 3 is nice because you're almost guaranteed Caleb or Justin Fields. "22 years old" is in Io Manor? Io Manor. I gotta fucking pronounce it. Jesus. Well, Joe Burrow goes ahead of Jalen Hurts. Interesting. My reaction time and talking is very bad. So, hold steady with me. We are about to cross the 2-hour mark on this stream. Yeah, fuck you, Flock. He only rocks 3 drafts at most for an hour and 20. He can't hang. He's got like 1,000 people watching him and he fucking leaves them. To do what? I'm out here grinding, bro. I'm grinding. Mahomes at 8. It's a little early. 2 hours. Yeah, well, this is my 4th draft story. They've been pretty happy with the teams. On all of them, man. 4, 2, and 3. So this would be 9 of these I've done on stream. Jamar Chase fell to 9. That's interesting. Usually he goes at 5. So kind of hoping... What am I hoping for? I will take any of these guys. And any of these guys. That's a value at Chase. That is a value for Chase. Man, quarterbacks are going way too early. It's fine. I have my quarterback. I'll fucking wait. I just roll with a 2 quarterback build. I'll do it again. I know that's kind of the ideal to win this. If you can hit on the right 2 quarterbacks and advance, the key is advancing. You got to be top 2 in this 12 team draft right here to advance, and then you're fine because buys are over, and you just got to bank on those 2 guys. Both being top 8 quarterbacks for the next couple of weeks, and one of them being number 1. Where like drafting the 3rd is safer to advance because you're going to get maximum points. You want a quarterback in your super flex spot almost every week. But I feel like your upside is capped going into the finals because you're going to have a wasted roster spot you can't use. Where like having with injuries and everything, having those extra receivers and running backs and tight ends does kind of make a big difference. But my thing is, man, I know like the payouts aren't good just to like advance. You get your money back or double up. I want as many shots at the apple as I can, and like, yeah, with injuries and all that. But I'm drafting these handcuff running backs. If Trey Benson is a starter from week 8 on, like I don't need my other running backs. I need the first guy I drafted and Trey Benson because those running backs just have value. So we'll see if Justin Fields falls with me here. Other than that, I will take Neighbors, I suppose. We'll see. I'll take Henry. Whoever falls. There goes Henry. I doubt this guy will take Justin Fields. I feel like he has Joe Burrow. They don't have the same buy. Okay, we're going to roll with my boy. My fantasy love affair this year. I've always loved Justin Fields. I think he's got a bad rap. Bad situations. I don't know why the Steelers... a lot of the part of why the Steelers fell apart is if you've read some reports, that locker room was pretty upset. Like everyone hates Russell Wilson, and it looked good the first couple weeks, but it went to shit. You weren't winning a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson on that team last year. I'm not saying you were with Justin Fields, but I think he gave him the best chance to win. And all right, we're looking okay here. That was a big deal. They benched a guy that was 4-2. Had 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, and I think he had 4 rushing touchdowns. So he had 9 touchdowns and 1 pick. That's what's up, man. We just got Malik Neighbors in the 3rd round. I am digging that. I am digging that. Number 27. Maybe I should draft Jackson Fart. Now I'm in a unique situation where I don't have to draft a 3rd quarterback. I definitely don't have to draft one in the next couple rounds. But if the proper one falls to me at 46 or 51, that would be Stroud, Lawrence, Love, maybe McCarthy, Penix and Bryce Young for my 51 pick, Matt Stafford for the 51 pick. I'm going to be tempted to do that. Just a nice security. Those guys are pocket guys, but they do have some upside. I mean, Matt Stafford can have some 4 touchdown passing games. I really do believe so. And there goes the quarterbacks. Look at that. After the Brian Thomas pick, Dak, May, Herbert, Love, McCarthy. There they go. Which I'm fine. They can pick them all. Don't leave me anything. I'm going to get some good value at running back or wide receiver. Sorry, doing something on the phone real quick. Shit, Kyron, Wilson, Bride, Bryce Young. I'm gonna take Kyron Williams. Not a big fan of Kyron Williams. I'm not gonna lie. But I need a running back. And, oh, God, I can't take Marvin Harrison again, can I? I could take Trey McBride. I don't like doing that. I could take Tua. And I might take Tua. This motherfucker's going to take Tua, though. He did not take Tua. Give me that third quarterback. Little insurance. Nope. What are you saying nope to? Nope. Not a fan of Kyron either. I hate Kyron Williams. One reason I hate taking multiple wide receivers early is you start looking at some of this value here. Pickens 81, Metcalf 83, Flowers 85, Ridley 87. They're all pushed down so far. Even down here, Rome, Judy, Jacoby Myers, Pearsall. You're looking at 9th, 10th round picks. Which I love. Running backs down there aren't as valuable. So who are we looking at now? Can use a running back. I queue up some of these guys. There goes Anthony Richardson at 58. Wow, that's early. 70 and 75. Kenneth Walker. Comfortable with any of those running backs. Kittle, comfortable with. Quarterbacks will be off the board soon. There goes Sammy Darnold. 62. I feel like he could be a fucking screaming value. Like kind of the last of the Mohicans. I think people are worried about him losing his job, Jalen Milroe, including myself. But I mean, you're looking at quarterback 30 and coming off a year where he threw 35 touchdowns, albeit that's with Justin Jefferson and Kevin O'Connell and a great offensive line and a great team. Now he's going to the Seahawks. But, I mean, I should take more shots on him, honestly. Just a little worried about the possible benching. Although, I mean, they should be competitive. They're always competitive. Up in one pick. Mixie. One running back and one receiver. I'm taking Joe Mixon all fucking day here, folks. And I would take Kenneth Walker. I might even take Chuba there. But now it's time to kind of bang receiver. Nope. I don't know why I look at tight end. I know who's there. I know I'm not going to take him. I do it every time. There goes Chuba. This guy needs another running back. There's Kenneth Walker. Okay. This guy needs another running back too. Jamison Williams, that's my dude. Don't do that. So I think Xavier Worthy is the play here. I think that's the play. Not a big fan of it. Got to do it. Just the upside of those deep bombs. I think they're going to come this year. Rashid Rice is a question mark. I'm taking much more of him than I thought I would going into it. Can't reach that far. Montgomery, Caleb. I have not been taking a lot of Quinshon Judkins. I don't know. I don't really like the player as much as a lot of people do. I feel like people think he's some type of bruiser. and I just don't see it. I don't think he's very fast. I know he has got a good stiff arm because he can't run away from people. But you talking about legal stuff still a thing with Worthy? No, Worthy's clear of all that shit. It's still a thing with the other clown, She Rice. But story, Quinshon Junkins. Are you a fan? I'm not a fan. Not about the landing spot, the situation of having 3 running backs, but yeah, Rice is still a thing. Junkins though, I'm just not really into him. I don't know. Like the fact he goes ahead of Caleb Johnson is crazy to me because the situation, just the offense, and I guess Junkins was drafted ahead of Caleb, but like draft capital isn't everything, i.e., Bucky Irving. But I just don't see it. I don't think he's that good of a player. I think he's kind of just a guy. And I think Travion Henderson is the guy, was the guy, and then they kind of scaled back his workload at Ohio State. We have a chance to get a good receiver here, a really good chance. I would even take Juwan Jennings here, although I'm not really a Juwan Jennings fan because look, Pearsall goes 15 picks later. Ayuk goes even later than that. Right now, I have a 3-2-2 build going on here. There goes Calvin Ridley. I'm not going to get any of them. There goes Jalen Waddle. Fuck my ass, dude. So I don't know what to do here. Do I take Juwan Jennings? I'm going to do it. I really like Ricky Pearsall later. Caleb Johnson is going to smash this year. I mean, he's going to have 260 touches, 240 absolute minimum, but I feel like that's like a baseline. I can see him having 300 touches and in an offense kind of designed for that, and they put up with Najee Harris so much that I think we have to go Brian Robinson or Jordan Mason. As you can tell, I'm not a fan of Aaron Jones. I never even view him. And that could be a mistake. That could be a big mistake. And taking Jordan Mason ahead of Aaron Jones is probably a mistake. I don't know. He just scares me. Injury risk, scaled back workload, goal line work issues. There's a lot of issues there. I'm going to take safe Brian. I mean, but the offense is going to suck. I suppose you could say the same thing about the Steelers, but maybe I'm wrong. I know they still have Jerome Ford there. I know they drafted who's the guy that everyone's fucking talking about? The fourth, Dylan Sampson. I want to talk to Sampson. I don't know what your thoughts on Sampson is. I know he's more of a pass catcher. Jerome Ford's more of an all-purpose back. But like, if that's a possible 3-way timeshare, I know one thing: Mike Tomlin's not going to use a 3-way timeshare. So that's where I'm at. Evan Ingram could be a value there. I can't really take Pearsall, but I could. Take them both. Scattaboo. I've not really been too happy with my last couple picks. So here's a squad: Jaden Fields, 2 at quarterback. We got Malik Neighbors, Worthy, and Juwan Jennings at receiver. Kyron, Joe Mixon, and Brian Robinson. That's actually a pretty formidable running back duo there. The wide receivers are a little weak, I guess I'd say. I'm never worried about that because I'm going to take 8 in any of these 20-round drafts. But you're missing a little high end there with Worthy as a 2. But I think Brian Robinson is like the perfect RB3 in these drafts because, I mean, he was averaging, before the injury last year, he was averaging a touchdown a game. And I'm not saying that's going to continue, but, I mean, we saw it. All right, we got a couple guys we like here. I've been passing on Matthew Golden a lot, and I don't know why I do it. I think it's because I am kind of a Jaden Reed fan. As much as I hated on that guy early on, I am kind of a Jaden Reed guy. And I just think they spread the ball around so much. Josh Jacobs is there stealing the touchdowns. They spread around so much. We're going to take Shakir. That it just worries me. And a rookie receiver, I know he's essentially taking over the Christian Watson role, but he's not Christian Watson. Like I know Christian Watson can't catch, but he is not Christian Watson. And I didn't see it. I didn't see it out of him. Josh Downs in the queue. Scadaboo's still there. And we're just going to wait on tight ends as long as we can. So I think I'm hoping to get Josh Downs here. And then I can kind of just not take a receiver to the end. I can roll with that group. We're taking Josh Downs. Got some steadies there, Shakir and Downs, some steady PPR guys. Jennings and Shakir, good offenses. I'm going to need to make up running back, though, before it's too late. I don't really think I'm taking a tight end until maybe 2 more picks. I'd like to finish this room off with 2 of my darlings. I'll put Charbonnet in there, Stevenson. It needs to be 2 of these guys. Spears, Davis, Benson, and White. Possibly even, Jesus Christ, Algier. I don't think there's a single guy I would take here. Tyler Warren. Man. I have not taken a lot of shares of Tyler Warren. I like the player. I don't know. Like, he needs to catch touchdowns. And how many touchdowns are the Colts going to throw? I think you say the same about Loveland. His isn't so many how many touchdowns are they going to throw. It's where is he at in the pecking order? Look at that. Receiver run. There goes Tajay Spears, you son of a bitch. He's been rising up draft boards. Tajay Spears ahead of Zach Charbonnet is interesting. You don't see that very often. Although I will say I think Tajay Spears has more weekly value than Charbonnet does when the starter's healthy. But I think Tajay Spears could straight out beat Tony Pollard. Beat him out of the job. Well, I don't think Charbonnet's doing that. Do not take a running. This guy's got 3. This guy's got 3. This guy's got 4. If he doesn't take a running back, I have a really good chance of getting Ray Davis and Trey Benson. And I will take Rachaad White. Some might say Rachaad White is better without an injury. I think he's going to be more usable. But we're looking at our 5th running back. And I'm not looking for usable weeks necessarily. I'm looking for inherent upside. There goes Dalton Kincaid pretty early. And I should take a tight end here. I really should. But I feel like the tier of running backs, I think Trey Benson, falls off so much more than tight ends. And I'm going to just mix and match my 3 I take. Pretty similar team. I draft a lot of similar teams in the later rounds. Just the guys I love. I get a lot of Brian Robinson. I get a lot of Ray Davis, Trey Benson. Those later round running backs. Wide receivers, I like to mix it up a little bit. I don't have a tight end. It's loose. I would be interested in one more running back if the right one fell. As in any of these guys. Jalen Wright especially. I'm going to take Shipley off there. I don't see what he's going to do for this team. But I need one of these tight ends to kind of anchor it for me. I feel like all of them have upside. And I don't feel the same about the guys below there. As an upside to kind of just carry me week to week and give me 8 points. And that's what I'm looking for. Legette's still there. Running backs are still there. I'm running out of steam. Hopefully I don't fuck up this draft. I have a really good feeling I'm getting Kyle Pitts here. That's exactly the anchor you want to your tight end room. That's just, he's an anchor. He just sinks you. This is the year. 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns. Every year, baby. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, look at 2022. He was drafted so high. He got hurt, but like, wow. Wow, is that rough. Man, we still got good options here. Legette's available. I got a lot of options. Do I need another wide receiver? I don't. Not right now. All right. Getting some breaks here. What position do I want to neglect? There goes Fergie. Okay, looks like it's going to have to be... Do not take Kyle Pitts, you son of a bitch. Taking Pitts. Going all in, baby. I think I'll take Legette if he's there. I think I'll do it. And then I can take Blake Corum. If not, I'm taking Dowdle, Roschon. I don't know about Braylon Allen. I really don't know. I held him all year last year, and he didn't do much for me. So it's Legette or Dowdle. Love to get Legette. I think my wide receiver is a little weak. He offers a little bit of juice there. I think I can get Corum later or Woody Marks. Fuck yeah. We're getting Legette here. We like that. Take a look at the squad. Quarterbacks, money. Running backs are okay. Wide receivers are just okay. And I have Kyle Pitts. So, guys that I want. But that's why I'm hoping in this it's 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 flex along with a super flex, which I'll be covered on. Then I'm hoping my running back room will offer me more times than not my flex position. And the wide receiver, I just need to find 2 of these guys outside of some blow-up weeks. So some of these guys around. What I need, I can't really take Freiermuth because they have the same buy. I mean, I would do it anyway if he lasted. I need 2 out of these guys because my tight end room sucks. I cannot roll with my third tight end being Elijah Arroyo or Noah Gray or Cole Kmet or something. I can't have a nothing for my third spot. I need these guys to mix and match and get me a touchdown every week because I'm not having anything else in terms of upside there. If Dowdle were right last, I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and roll with a third shit tight end because I like the value I get there. If not, I have 2 of them. And I'm not taking a receiver until late. So I'm fine with any one of these 4. Come on, baby. I need you to last. Let's check out the turn here. The first guy has Loveland and Kincaid. This guy's got Andrews and McBride. So he should not take a third one this early. First guy could take a third one, but I'm looking good that just 1 will be taken. So only 1 can be taken in the next 7 picks for me to guarantee to get one of these guys. And fuck you, he just took Pat Freiermuth. Go fuck yourself, buddy. Did he even need him? He did. He had Tyler Warren. Any interesting builds I'm seeing here? 2, 4, 7, 2. This guy's got 4 quarterbacks. Wow. Look at this team. Lamar, Dart, Wilson, Milrow. So he's got the Giants quarterback room, Lamar, and then a wild card. And no running backs. So what did he do? What does he have? I don't know what he did. All right, we're just going to take Kate Otten. I want to just make sure one of them falls back. I'm going to take the highest guy and just hope one of them falls back. Jalen Wright is still there. Fuck. how much more do I value Jalen Wright over Blake Corum with my build compared to Okonkwo or Schultz? Because they're not coming back. They are not coming back. I don't think I need... I'm taking Okonkwo. Taking a third one. I know there's no way I'm getting Jalen Wright, but I can take either of these guys. Marshawn Lloyd in there too. I'll put Jerome Ford in there too. Why the fuck not? Need the one more running back. And then one receiver. Well, 3 receivers, but in the next 2 picks, a running back and a receiver, and the last 2 picks will be running backs. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Not the sexiest tight end room in the world, let me tell you what. But, you know, I feel like Kyle Pitts still offers something that, you know, most guys, like, again, Dallas Goedert, definitely a safer pick, Jake Ferguson, but maybe I'm just still bullish on Kyle Pitts. Like, I don't know. There's no one behind him. Outside of London and Darnell Mooney, you have Ray McLeod. Like, he has the role. He just doesn't play enough snaps, and I don't know why he doesn't play the snaps. Maybe he's been hurt. I feel like it's his fucking time. Back getting comfortable now. Hit the fucking hay. 3 picks left. I think I've drafted some similar ass teams here. From different spots. I wonder which team is the best. Wonder if any of them will even make it into the fucking second round. I'd be willing to bet a couple of these will. Put Tutu in there. Well, all my running backs just got taken. No, they're there. Woody Marks is there. Someone took Blake Corum. So I will take Woody Marks and handcuff. I'm not a big handcuffer in best ball, but my Joe Mixon. That's what I'm going to do. And then Kyron, you know, Blake Corum would have been nice because I am more worried about Kyron than Joe Mixon. More so losing his job. I think he's a bum. Or do I say fuck it with my receiver room? Well, fuck that. I'm just saying fuck it. I'm just taking Yoshi, baby. I might just take the rest receivers. You know what? Roll with my 5 running backs. If they don't pan out, they don't pan out. But I got to do whatever I got to do. I look drunk. That's sweet. Audric Estime could be a possible guy here that's going to get some touches. I am a little concerned of Denver bringing in somebody else, which would totally kill Estime's value because RJ Harvey is going to be the starter. And if they brought in a J.K. Dobbins, that's just going to take that secondary kind of banger short yardage role away from him. So a little concern there. And drafting in early June, there's some question marks there. So we're going to take Tutu here. And we're not because he's going to be taken right ahead of me. Fuck my life. Okay. God damn it. I guess we're going to take Jerome Ford. I really hate this pick. That's the most cop-out bullshit pick. What's he going to do for me? Fucking nothing, dude. Maybe get me 9 points a couple weeks. I mean, Tutu is my guy, but whatever. I feel like that just ruined my draft. Just ruined my draft. I could have taken Io Manor. God damn it. Fuck. Alright, I'm going to go through the team and then just auto pick this last one. Let me just get a couple more guys on cue here. I gotta go to bed. Fire one off and then go to bed. There. Here we go. All right. Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields, Tua. Love that combo. Running backs, Kyron, Mixon, Brian Robinson Jr., Ray Davis, Trey Benson, Jerome Ford. I hate that Jerome Ford pick.
Receivers, pretty weak. Malik Neighbors, Xavier Worthy, Juwan Jennings, Khalil Shakir, Josh Downs, Xavier Leggett, and Andre Yoshivash. Kyle Pitts, Kate Otten, and Chika Okonkwo. So the wide receivers and tight ends are definitely weak. Man, I feel like there's a lot of question marks in this team. I think I like my one earlier. Definitely the third one tonight. Probably the second one. Although the quarterback room is pretty boss. So I think I just need some things to break right. Mostly the Ray Davis and Trey Benson need to kind of hit. The receivers just need to kind of match up which week they're hitting because all these guys are relevant. All of them are viable. Not a lot of big play guys here, but decent volume and efficiency guys. So can they match up their touchdowns and big weeks separately? And the tight ends just suck. So that's pretty cool. Up in 4 picks, I am going to log off and bid you guys adieu. Thanks for whoever watched, the people who commented, mostly Story, Ben, and Kappa. Appreciate you all, and I will